Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Danae, and I'm here with a message for you. Hello, and happy Friday. I gotta be honest, I looked at my other phone right before I was ready to press record, and I said, today is Friday? For some reason, I don't remember Thursday. Like, I know I posted yesterday, but I was immediately questioning whether or not I said the right date. Did I say it was Wednesday yesterday, or did I say it was Thursday? For the life of me, I cannot recall. So anyway, happy Friday, September 20th, 2024, which is apparently news to me. I very well knew the date, but for some reason, Friday was a shock to me. I don't know if that's a testament to how fast this week passed by or what. Or did I just teleport straight past Thursday? I don't know, child. Something is funny. Something is funny. Because I was genuinely shocked. For some reason, I was prepared for Thursday. I was just checking to make sure I had the right date. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I don't know. Maybe there could be preparation in order for an accelerated fast track of sorts, maybe over this weekend, maybe powering through the weekend, and it's Monday before you know it. But whatever it is, it feels like, for me to be saying this the way that I am and had the experience that I had, it's a shock to the senses. Like maybe something is materializing or advancing in a way that is completely, or was completely, unexpected. And it's definitely a measure of time, but time speeding up to something, and something good though, because Friday, Friday is Friday. Friday, you know what I mean? So I don't know if it was more the shock that I don't remember Thursday, or that, damn, it's Friday and I didn't even really get into the Friday vibes. So yeah, and Friday has its own frequency, as we know. So I don't know, there could be something that is accelerating your way, or that you're accelerating in the direction of, that I would like to say could be a pleasant surprise, an astounding surprise at that. Yeah. All right. Well, it's not this. We got the 10 of Wands. Let's see. What was that I saw? Oh, well, that wasn't what I saw. It was a 3 of something. I don't know. I saw the number, but that was also the Fool card, which is a new journey, and it kind of like peaked up and then went back down. So maybe that could be, maybe the surprise after a sudden ending. So here's the 10, which is the end of a cycle, certainly the end of struggle, or closure from an experience that hasn't been the easiest, but nonetheless has not only been completed, but that has the potential to be completely closed. But with the 10 of Wands, as I always see it, it's a matter of what you're willing to bring closure to. Like he can continue on carrying these burdens into a new cycle, as in the Fool card, which is starting all the way back to the beginning, or starting a new journey where you're supposed to be packing light and kind of allowing yourself to just go with the flow, be in faith, have great expectations, looking forward to something favorable. Here it is again in the future. which is virtually impossible to do carrying all of this on your back or your front or your side or whatever. So whatever the burden may be, that ultimately has really completed itself at this point, is now up to whomever is managing the stress, maybe it's stress or anxiety, to surrender it. And here's the hangman, which is that call for surrender. Literally just let it go. Breathe, exhale, release, relay, relax. Like the worst of it is over. Literally, whatever it is, it's the worst of it is over. And you don't want to recreate that cycle in a new beginning. You virtually couldn't take this old ending into a new beginning and call it new. So you would literally be tarnishing or tainting, more so, what could be a new, fun, exciting journey with old burdens and old stress. Who wants to do that? This is a call for surrender, perhaps in great alignment with the full moon energy that we're still in, the eclipse energy, which is still powerful enough to support your intentions to release particularly stress and burden and anxiety, hardships, trauma, as much of it as you can possibly see fit to let go of, which is much easier said than done at times. But I'm getting the sense that at the 10 of Wands, it's like, what you still holding on to? What when you really consider all things, like, what is there still to be stressed about? Are you still in trouble? Are you even burdened down by the things that once had a presence or prevalence in your life? Is there any threat in sight? Any impending threat or danger, really and truly? Is there anything that you are obligated to answer for or answer to at this very moment in time? Is there anything that you can that you consider out of control in this very moment, in this instance? Not talking about anything that could potentially come up in the future. No, not talking about anything that's already been closed of the past. Just literally being in the moment, right here, right now. What is there to truly worry about, especially on a Friday night, mind you? I mean, go grab yourself a pizza or make a pizza or grab some Chinese takeout, maybe have a drink or two if you're into it. Find something good on TV or on your phone to watch, you know what I mean? Have some ice cream, make some cookies. I don't know what you're into, but it's Friday night. You ain't even got to go out to soak up those vibes. You could be just as well right at home, and that energy can resonate all the same, even if you have to work tomorrow. Because for me, the Friday is still Friday and Saturday is still Saturday, even if I have to work. Now, Sunday can have like a charge if you got to work again on Monday, but even Sunday is different than working on a Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? It just has a different frequency. So, and I want to say that Friday is Venus Day. I believe it is. I could be wrong, but I think so, because Saturday is Saturn. I'm pretty sure Friday is Venus. If it's not Friday, it's Thursday. That's Venus Day. But if it is Friday, which I even feel a bit compelled to check, that's even more of a high vibration of love and, appreciation for the sensuality of life, being satisfied, and maybe even a partnership, maybe a date. I don't know. Maybe you're going out on a date or getting ready for one over this weekend. Could be something like that that has the potential to get it to accelerate beyond your wildest dreams, where maybe you have a little bit of nerves or anxiety perhaps about this opening yourself up to such an adventure as a new date, or just dating in general, or some outing, something. It could be something this weekend that could be dredging up some residue of the past, like maybe dredging up a little bit of anxiety of the what ifs, or the memories of what was. But you get to be present and maintain that innocent, innocent and open-hearted, wide-eyed, optimistic, key emphasis on that energy that comes with the Fool card. You can give yourself permission to just relax into that unless of course there's any cause for alarm. But this is given that this is something that is a matter of like there's something on the horizon. I mean, so much so that I forgot it was damn Friday. So I feel like there's that significant that you may deprive yourself of missing a really fantastic moment in the present, being anxious about it or carrying some energy of something else that doesn't even have relevance anymore into it. Let it be as pure as it possibly can. And if that just means let the weekend be pure as it possibly can be, then so be it. You know what I mean? Let it have its moment, But let's see, I'm gonna start from scratch because, that's just what I'm feeling. So let's see. Oh, was that the Lovers? Sure was. Popped in and popped out. Maybe somebody got a hot date this weekend, or you know what? It could look here. This Five of Swords. Now, what is this? What is this? It could even be just keeping your force field pure, so that you stay tapped in to the greatest expectation that you can cultivate, just keeping your auric field cleansed, meditating even in movement, about the best case scenario, not the worst. Because look at this energy here. This is feeling like, this is what you have, great expectations on the horizon. And you see how I'm just so lightly, casually covering his ass up, because that's a projected energy to want to distract you from all that is good, if you allow it to. Will you, is the question. Because what was I thinking with that Lovers card? It was something else that was in my thoughts, but I kind of slipped away. But anyway, this is confirmation that there's so many good things to look forward to on the horizon. The Five of Swords, that's a past energy that doesn't deserve to have any life in your presence. It literally does not deserve to have any life in your presence. Put that on a t-shirt. Like, for real. This is competition. This is like distractions that are meant to cause a disturbance, to disrupt your peace, to redirect your energetic flow, maybe even to absorb it for its own objective, but certainly to diminish the best of it from whom it rightfully deserves to possess. Let's say that. Like, you could be, honestly, I've been feeling pretty good, not gonna lie, but it still was like a matter of, damn, it's Friday, and my energy wasn't attuned, maybe because perhaps that gets to be the frequency that just is, and it doesn't have to be limited to a certain day or triggered by a certain day. Maybe that's the lesson that I'm learning for me, to detach from those like time constrained cues of bliss and excitement and enthusiasm and leisure and fun and all of that. Like, why not look forward to it every day or have an expectation for it every day? Of course, the Five of Swords energy would object, because that's definitely in this case I would say it's given a misery loves company, or just like a very like envious energy. Like, if I ain't having fun, nobody's having fun, more so than anything. Yeah. And I don't know what that is, but if you have done the proper, are making the proper intentions to release, as I'm suggesting and offering that you do, or if you have already, then you can rest assured that energy is not yours to keep. That's one of those 10 of Wands that you get to just kindly leave right where you left it, leave it right where you picked it up, wherever that may be, and kindly dismiss yourself or dismiss it from your presence. Yeah, because that don't even make no sense. There's more to look forward to, especially with the Fool card, and it's so much, there's so much wonder wrapped up into the Fool card. It literally is a new beginning that, given how it kind of peeked out and popped back in, it's set to be a surprise, have a surprise effect, perhaps. So you wouldn't want to ruin a good surprise, would you? Even if you're not too fond of them, you wouldn't really want to ruin it, especially if it's something that once you get past the stun of it all, you actually might be happy about. Like, oh, such and such is here, or we're at this place, or we're doing this thing, or oh, a gift just for me. Yeah, that type of vibes. You wouldn't want to forfeit. Oh, shit. Wow. Oh, wow. Like, yeah. Just prepare to be surprised. Be open to the surprise. And you may even kind of have an inkling. You know how, like, when you might know that somebody's planning a surprise for you, or you can kind of sense something funny is going on, and you're like, I think they're planning a surprise party for me, or surprise something, and you have that feeling, but you don't know what it is. You're not going to go snooping around to find the details and ruin it for yourself. So you kind of just have to surrender to find out, like, kind of play along or go along. And even still, if you have even a clue of it, which for me, I've never ever been clued to any surprise I've ever had. Like, surprise parties have always completely surprised me in my lifetime. Just a side note. But if you're one of those ones, that actually can sense when something is a little funny, Now, in hindsight, I could pick up on the cues, but of course, hindsight, it's like, oh, okay, that's why you're acting weird, or that's why you wanted me to dress up, or whatever, you know what I mean? It's different when, after the fact, but we're talking about something that you may be looking forward to, and you may have every reason to even kind of suspect that something good is on the way. Sorry, this little fly is getting on my nerves. But allow yourself, because some, maybe the anxiety is exactly as I'm saying, that maybe some people don't really like to be surprised too much, or you're anxious, which anybody could be anxious just about what it is and when it is and how it is and where it's coming in, and are you going to miss it, are you dressed appropriately, are you know what I mean, like who's going to be there, what are we going to do, like you don't know exactly how this thing is about to crystallize. But I think you can safely say that you can safely relax in the expectation of something good, even if your mind would like to kind of, you know, kind of trick you out of that. You know? Yeah. Right. All right, let's see. What was that? The Empress. Wow. The Lovers, the Empress. Girl. Somebody got a, wow, look at this. Maybe somebody wants to, maybe you have a date coming up and you're kind of anxious about what is on the agenda, and perhaps you're lucky enough to have someone that's excited to take the wheel on the planning, and they got a lot of fun things in store. I don't know why I'm making this about a date. I don't know. It just feels right to me. Wow, the World card. This is big. I mean, now a date almost seems ridiculous at this magnitude. But whatever it is, it's going to end. I feel like whatever this so-called unveiling, surprise, or delivery may be, or invitation may be, whatever it is, however it's packaged, it's the thing that's really going to bring total closure to that cycle that you may still be having a little bit trouble or a little bit of reluctance to fully release. It's going to give you every reason to just like exhale. That's what the purpose of the Hangman card is, because it's going to be an effortless surrender, one that you will find pleasure in and you will be grateful for, is what I feel. It's like having all this built up anxiety and eagerness about a first date, right? And then and of course, like I said, not knowing, or maybe even a blind date. How about that? That puts a different spin on it too. But let's just say first date. And you don't really know how the night's gonna go. They're not telling you the plans. They want it to be a surprise. You're not really this may be the first time you're going out in ages, like you have no idea how to even carry yourself on a date anymore. It's been so long, or what to talk about, what not to talk about. Are you gonna like this guy? Is he gonna like you? So on and so forth. And then you get to, you on that first encounter, from hello, he had you or he has you, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, like you from the initiation of the experience, you feel suddenly at ease and feel like you can just kind of release. And that's just the beginning. But then as the experience unfolds, I'm talking just the right type of romanticism that you desire, just the perfect vibration of gentleman and chivalry that you desire, maybe even more so, maybe even supersedes all of your past experiences, let alone expectations. Perfect restaurant choice, meal is delicious, conversation is amazing. You don't even want to get up from the table. But then you continue on, and lo and behold, there's even more in store for the rest of the date, and you continue on through the day or night, and literally it's like so fantastical that you don't want the night to end. That's the type of energy that would make it so. I mean, I'm not even going to do this to you, because I'm so terrible and good at playing devil's advocate that it's sickening. So I'll reserve this because I want to keep it on a high note. It's just natural, it's the Libra energy in me. I'm always weighing the scales. But generally, in the highest frequency, your socks are knocked off, and you didn't expect, and perhaps you're not even wearing any. How about that? But it's the thing that will help you that somehow finally feels like peace and joy and happiness in a way that you maybe have never quite experienced before, or maybe you didn't know was possible. So all of the stress and the pressure and anxiety that you were carrying to the threshold of this new experience now finally gets to be left behind on that other side, so that you can walk through. This is almost like a portal, so to speak, so that you can walk through completely lighthearted, free, open-minded, open posture of acceptance and readiness for the experience at hand. Just kind of like reassured to release the past, to be fully considerate of the present, and even to look forward to what else is beyond that point. It's really like and this could even be like ring of fire energy too. Like it's this transportation of experience, whatever it is burning some things off, like burning energy off from you, or even like those memories could be the Five of Swords that have been unfavorable, that almost are culprits of self-sabotage within your own self because of what you've encountered and experienced in the past. Like everything about what is unfolding in the present and so on, let's just call it present as it is not only affirming, but it's just completely abolishing the limitations and literally the chains that were binding you from just living your best life. Imagine that. And how beautiful is the universe, God, supreme source of all, whomever you submit to, for sure, for giving you such a gift. That's just how I'm seeing it. Yeah, and this is like really taking inventory of what you've sown. And in this case, it could even be, still harboring a low expectation for what's really truly due to you based off of what you've already yielded from past experience. But look at all of this potential here. And it to me, it's given like, it's really speaking to longevity, and something that is sustainable and has a great deal of future potential, not something fleeting, fly by night, immediately gratifying, whimsical, but not really substantive. This is something more, what I'm sensing is something more, I don't know how, like grounding or substantial than just a fly by night, or God forbid a one night stand or a wham bam, thank you ma'am type of energy, if in fact it is intimate or romantic that we're talking about, because that's what I keep coming back to. That could even be the point of surprise at, really going into something and not really expecting much, but, you know, actually, what's the right word? Not expecting much, but, like, what's the word? But finding a lot. That's not what I want to say, but there's another word I want to use beyond expectation. Discovering, yeah, but discovering something, maybe discovering destiny, and we know the charge that has. That definitely isn't something casual or disposable, I should say. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, got a twofer. What? Not the king of, what am I doing here? Not the king of pentacles and the death card. Heavy on the transformation, but what are we transforming exactly? Let's see what's on the bottom. The Queen of Swords? Identity? I'm gonna definitely take the higher up channel of this, which feels like it could be, how I was saying, like, you being more open-hearted, open-minded, open posture, you just ready for whatever. Well, that's not really so much the Queen of Swords. Like, she can be open in one sense, but she can also be very objective and even a bit rigid in another. So I'm gonna take this until the cards lead me otherwise to speak to what could be a transformative experience from being more rigid and reserved toward you know what it feels like? It feels like it could be like being a bit defensive toward possibilities or against possibilities. Being very, maybe even a little bit pessimistic, I would even say, because sometimes the Queen of Swords can be so objective and so rigid that it comes off a little bit cold sometimes. So it's hard to really penetrate that force field with especially fantastical things, because the Queen of Swords is really not so easily sold on fantastical matters. She's much more logical and calculated and strategic and, much more grounded on what is, like what makes sense, what you can count on, what 1 + 1 = 2 type of energy. Not, I'm going on a first date and it could be my soulmate. It's like, okay, I'm going on a first date. We'll see how it goes. It may even be kind of scrutinizing every little thing and, like listening to everything you're saying with, I don't know, like with a heightened frequency of like criticism to some point. I don't know. I'm getting all of that. But anyway, what's possible here maybe perhaps on the other side of this, and that's why she's here and not on the board, is this King of Pentacles energy where it's an abundant state of being, you know, like you got plenty of energy, plenty of time. Hell, maybe that could be the object of affection, you know, maybe that's why there are some great surprises in store, because this young man can plan with money being no object. They can pull out the stops, you know what I mean? Be romantic and fascinating and generous and creative and all of those good things, because this may not be a date on a budget or an experience on a budget. Like it's open season as far as he's concerned, or maybe somebody that just really is you know, excited to show a good time. And this can be like Taurus energy, honestly. So we know they like the finer things. If nothing else, if you don't want a good meal, he damn sure does. So you could just be, you know, blessed to be caught up in the serendipity of it all, because he was going to eat good anyway, you know. So anyway, so it could be transformative, and like I said, like changing your perspective of something, you know, of your expectations of what you think is possible, or what potential is really out there. Even if it's not a happily ever after situation, it could just be a season opener to know, you know, of a change of what you're expected to, perhaps in your dating life, where it's like, and also you've been out of the game for a while, so it's like, well, damn, I didn't even know they were still doing it like this out here. And it could like completely change your enthusiasm and your outlook for what you can have an expectation for, and more importantly, what you deserve. You know what I mean? So it's something transformative here. It doesn't feel grim to me with the King of Pentacles and the Death card. No, it doesn't. I feel like this is like an opportunity that's like has the potential to really change your life, whether that's a date or whether that's I don't know, a partnership that may not be romantic. There's the potential for that too. And it's something that you know, because this could be an executive or somebody that has a great deal of intelligence and expertise. So maybe, you know, what you were thinking, you know, what your options were in a market, you know, particularly, you're about to be amazed, you know, or maybe you're in awaiting an offer for something that could be a thing too, like you're awaiting an offer or a proposition of some sorts for a professional or creative opportunity. And that could be the nerves, that could be the anxiety in the best ways to some degree, or maybe waiting to hear if you got it could be the nerves, or how much they're going to offer you, or what the benefits package may be, or, you know, all the particulars or whatever, because up until this point, maybe even there's been a great deal of financial stress that you've been carrying. Well, whatever this is, it has the potential to change your life, to literally take every last one of those burdens off your back, and only you would have the power at this point to assume them again, because circumstantially there's literally nothing to worry about here. Only this old mindset and old mentality that would want to creep up on you just to be a point of contention and detention. But otherwise, I'm sensing good things. I really am. So let's see what else. My incense is going fast. What was that? Lovers again. Yo. Wow. What? I'm definitely not taking that in reverse. No way. Especially up under this five of swords. Again, this is just even you dealing with, let's see what's on the bottom. What? Yeah, no. This is just you perhaps dealing with, you psyching your own self out of how amazing you are. This could be looking in the mirror, checking yourself over 10,000 times, stressing over what to wear, stressing over how well you did in the interview. Did you say all the right things? Stressing over the first phone call you may have had with said date. Did it go well? Was he feeling me? Like all types of stuff. But that flip-flop, you saw how it tumbled. That's really a matter of second guessing your confidence. And the Empress don't have nothing to second guess. And I'm so thankful that the High Priestess was clarifying this to really affirm my decision to keep it upright, because there's just no way that the Empress, in the benevolence and grace of the High Priestess, should ever be overly considerate of what she has to offer. She's the Empress. She has all the queens to offer. She brings everything to the table and is justified to have the expectation, once again, that someone else would bring all that they got to the table too. No holes barred and no expense spared. Why not? And this is probably, this experience, whatever it is what is solidifying this new normal for some people, that this is your bottom line now. This is your standard. This is where you live now. The past, gone. We're not measuring the present and the future off of what the past, because the past was Five of Swords. That's what that carried, where either you didn't know what your potential or your worth was, probably first and foremost, most likely. And so others didn't really have a high value for it either. And when you don't have set yourself at a high rate, people will try to get away with giving you as far away from that as they can get, as they can. Certainly most people don't have, the integrity to at least give you exactly what you're worth. This is somebody that goes above and beyond, or this is an energy that is superseding your expectations and your anticipation, but for the purposes of setting a new standard for you, so that your new normal with that what do you call it, Fool card is to be wined and dined, is to be astounded, is to be impressed, doted over, pampered, well protected, reverenced. My God, the High Priestess is here. This is goddess energy with the Empress, no doubt. The flip of that card tells me that the only one at this point of which you get to encounter from this point that may be confused about that is you. Your value, your energy precedes you, and it speaks for itself. So it's like the universe is gifting you the affirmation and the materialization of that confirmation, of that evidence in real time to show you your worth, so that there is no room for confusion within you anymore. There's no room for misconception, so that anything that you can match up from this point on either has to present itself at that standard or better, or nothing at all, pretty much. Like there is no room to settle for anything less, not at the Empress and not at the High Priestess. What's at the bottom? Yeah, Six of Cups. Yeah, and it's like this could be a beautiful um, soulmate connection that has a great deal of familiarity to it, that feels like you've known this person or you've known them before, if we're talking about something intimate, which sometimes um, can trigger like an impulse to want to, like an impulse of insecurity. Let's say it plainly put, like, oh shoot, this feels too good, or this feels like dot 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 when it was good. You know what I mean? Like these types of partnerships can have that impression, and kind of send you into like a bit of an emotional tailspin before you level out, before you pull up and level out again. But I feel like the highest frequency of the Six of Cups, which I don't even really relate to on my board as often as, it comes out, to be honest. It usually feels like it could be something that could be like a past experience that could be codependent, or that may be something yet to be released. And maybe it still has the resonance of both sides of that coin, where what it is you may be have to compare it to of the past is exactly what you get to release, and allow this thing, whatever it is, because like I said, it could have a nostalgic quality. Hell, if it's a soulmate connection, it could have a past life resonance, and that's why it feels so familiar. But still, to allow it to be its own thing, whether this is a job opportunity, a business partnership, a creative collaboration, a first date, a 10th date, and it's going so well you can't even believe you still like this guy, or it's, a relationship that now is looking like it's about to take the next step or go to a next level, maybe a proposal, maybe having a baby, maybe, yeah, we got the Sun card here and the Empress and the High Priestess. It could be having a baby, making a baby. It could be starting a business. It's something that's being advanced here. And I feel like how I was pleasantly surprised and shocked that it was Friday could be an advancement that you just may not have seen coming, or there would have been no way to prepare for it. It's a surprise. It's a special surprise just for you. I love this. I love this. Let's see what else we got. What was that? No, it wasn't that. It was this. The Two of Wands. Pentacles. Might still be some contemplation and consideration around what to expect. This energy going, get enough, right? But it's under the world and it's under the sun. It's like you couldn't be disempowered at this point. Yeah, like this is still just that frequency of, am I enough? That's what this is. This is what this is. But I love that it's under the sun, and I love that it's under the world, because to me, that's connected to this being the end for a new beginning. This is literally somebody considering all that they have in stock, and it's just human, it's like a human response to consider your worth and your value, your, maybe even for someone that's just started dating, or that's facing an advancement in a partnership in whatever way, shape, and form, just considering, like, do I have what it takes for the long run? Am I invested in this for the long term? Can I be? If you've been single like me for years at this point in time, you actually may have come to more or less appreciate is one thing, almost like like enjoy your solitude, sad to say, to some degree, because what? Because of the experiences of the past where you offered yourself, you took a chance on connection, put yourself out there, allowed yourself to be vulnerable, and where you may not have fared so well all those times, and you got the scars to prove it. Maybe those 10 of Wands are all the times. I'm not saying that that's necessarily me, but that could be somebody's attempts at following their passion, you know, especially if you are anything like me as a Sagittarius sun sign with hella Libra energies, moon and rising, you know, where you don't mind taking a chance on love as many times as it presents itself, but it doesn't always mean that you're necessarily going to come out unscathed. You know, usually there's a lesson that's learned through, you know, that process. You know what I mean? So, I mean, good lessons too, though, and great experiences. Thankfully, that's my energy about it, but it still can come with the memories, you know? So when you do get to a point where you're like, you know, I like this. I ain't gotta answer to nobody. I ain't gotta worry about nobody lying, cheating, stealing energy. You know what I mean? Trying to have third parties and all types of foolishness, and not being on the same page. Or you're in one place, they're in another, and that can happen on both sides of the coin, where somebody wants to be more advanced than you do, and vice versa. You know, all the things that come along with taking a chance. You know, I still, personally speaking, I am a hopeful romantic. So I will never, ever, ever, no matter what, give up on love or give up on the expectation to give and receive it, the excitement to give it and the expectation to receive it. Never, ever. However, like I said, it's been a few years since I've been, you know, in my spiritual solitude and happy to be there. So it could be, you know, for many that have been on a journey such as that, maybe not so long, maybe longer, I don't know, but it could be an adjustment to settle with that you are now being called out of that comfort zone. And it definitely can naturally trigger a cause for personal observation and consideration. Like, do I have what it takes? Do I even believe in myself to go the distance? Or if it's a job, to fulfill the requirements and, you know, be impressive. That could be on either side, job, date, whatever. To be impressive, like, am I interesting? Can I even carry a conversation with the opposite sex anymore, you know, in an extended way? Do I want to wake up to somebody every day? I don't, you know, like, these are the questions that could be considered here in this Eight of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. But let's see what's on the bottom. Okay, it's I guess it's a reasonable consideration. It's a reasonable consideration. I'm seeing, like, literally somebody asking questions and really wanting answers, even of themselves. And then, but the thing is, it might not be answers that you can claim or retrieve before you go and see, before you have the experience, before you lend yourself to the possibility. There's no way. It's like, it's giving the energy of somebody that kind of wants a guarantee before they take the leap, or before they take the chance, whatever this is. But there's just, life is so much more exciting than that. And I feel like the divine is wanting to really surprise you on account of your courage to take the leap, to really show you just how amazing it can be. Like, just come and see, or just go and see, whichever it is. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it, and you're gonna have all your questions and your curiosities answered, but it's gonna be in the process of the experience, not in the contemplation of it. So, If you were hoping to be sure of yourself or sure of the outcome more so, that's what it's looking like more than anything. Like, am I doing the right thing? Is this going to turn out like before, or is it going to be something truly different and new? Am I going to like it even if it is new? Like, how, you know what I mean? All the questions. These are the questions somebody has. You're almost maybe having an outer body experience trying to conjure the answers, but you don't want to disempower yourself, like literally keep yourself in a holding space from the adventure that awaits you on account of just, you know, being too pessimistic, you know, to explore and discover. It's all, to me, it's already given enough confirmation of something good, but this is more of the internal conflict or the energy that to some degree may even feel comfortable to sit in, because like I said, when you kind of been in a routine or used to a way of being, it's hard to really shake yourself out of that on account of something that can't be guaranteed. Because you could have an amazing first date and it still wouldn't guarantee the next 10 years of your life. You know what I mean? So you just gotta see. There's no other option but to go and see. All right, let's see. 2 more and we out of here. Oh, child, the 4 of Wands. Come on, Spirit, give me a good card to go out on, please. Because the 4 of Wands is so good. What we got before I start talking? The 3 of Pentacles. That could still be good. Do you know what it speaks to? It's like a little bit of both of how I've been going back and forth between relationships and work, or like some type of creative endeavor or opportunity. This could actually kind of represent either one, but with the 4 of Wands, it's definitely the implication of something good, something that's balanced, harmonious, something that you ultimately, that in itself is kind of an achievement. Oh snap, you know what this is given? It's given like a surprise party. Look, get into it. Cause see, it like this is like a celebration even at times in some interpretations. The 4 of Wands. And the 3 of Pentacles is almost like, you know, some type of collaborative effort. Sometimes I call it collusion, but it feels a little bit secretive, like they're making plans. You know, it's in a completely different location than what this looks like, right? But this is definitely a collaborative effort to achieve something or to work towards some outcome. But I love this because I said all that stuff about a surprise party or being surprised. I'm sticking to what I was going to say originally, that this could just be work, but it being coupled with the 4 of Wands is that it's actually a great environment, or whatever team or partnership that you may connect with is going to be a positive experience where you're going to feel fulfilled, feel like, you know, the risk is well worth the rewards that you receive on account of this connection. Seems like you may have the potential to do some good work, you know, to get to achieve great things with the 4 of Wands, you know, like really make some impressions in whatever market or in whatever creative way you plan to, that you'll be proud of and that will ultimately really please you and satisfy you, and that will be a derivative of your pure passion. That's what I'm getting in the work sense. But of course, the 4 of Wands in an intimate or romantic sense is about a really good family situation where 2 people have kind of already that have first of all, it's like a twin flame card, so there's that, right? Or a soulmate, which we're doubling up on that with the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Cups earlier, and now this is like the evolution of that establishment, with the Four of Wands, where each person has kind of lived their life separately, checked all the boxes that they needed to do in their own singlehood, you know what I mean? Like you've experienced enough of life that it has groomed you and refined you for partnership that can be reciprocal and harmonious. It's not like I was saying, like one person is not quite ready, but they end a relationship anyway, maybe out of convenience, maybe out of codependency. The other person is bearing the burden of that deficiency, but hanging in there anyway. It's like, just to say you got a partner or boyfriend or your baby daddy or you and your husband still made it, those types of y'all still together type of energy, but really neither one of you is holistically happy. You know what I mean? This is not that. This is harmony on all levels. Like everybody's happy, everybody's satisfied, everybody's pleased, there's success. There's no deficiency to really account for that can't be balanced with the best intentions, because in a partnership like that, even in a work environment, there's consideration, there's compassion, everyone is caring for the greatest good of all. It's not cutthroat, it's not a rat race, it's not competitive. Maybe you've come from a field or an environment that used to be cutthroat, and that could be one thing to keep you from wanting to enter corporate America again, or enter into whatever type of structured work environment. You may be anti that on account of what you have encountered before, being very stringent and stuffy and suffocating and unpleasant. And here it is, so much promise on the other side of your faith to find out that you could have never, really accounted for based on your past experience, because you have no real reference for it. It's like trying to measure what the future holds from an old reference point. All that really does is recreate what you don't want. You kind of have to let the experiences from the past, particularly the unfavorable ones, completely be released from your auric field, so that you can make space and give room for things that will really blow your mind. And it seems like they are about to, in the best way, like in the most, look at this. The Hangman again. The Hangman again. Come on, somebody. And that means that if it's that first date, it has the potential to end up being a happy home situation. If it was that first, second, third interview, it has the potential to be the best job of your life. If it was, you taking a chance on hanging out with a new friend group, it has the potential to be, to have soul family vibes, maybe even to materialize into something professional or creative, or it's a change your life type of vibe out here. Get ready for your life to change in some amazing way. In some amazing way. Confirmation, Ace of Swords. All you gotta do is just sit back, relax, and receive. That's it. That's it. That's all, folks. Wow. Wow. That Ace of Swords is either an invitation, it's a message, it's a text, it's an email. Something's coming in a form of communication that is going to be and you'll know it. You'll feel that it's right. It won't, I mean, allowing yourself to get over yourself, of course, but it'll be crystal clear. You know what I mean? Like, it won't be convoluted or coded, or, you know, like, it's not, there won't be any confusion around it, no ambiguity. It's going to, like, somebody that you think might like you, but they ain't really saying, or the job told you what, the job you interviewed for told you one thing during the interview process, but now they coming back with something completely different and it's not for the best. You know, if it's anything like that, it's like, those are probably signs that this is like a no thank you, because sometimes something can come through, you know, kind of land on your doorstep to distract you, Five of Swords, because it's a knowing that there's an expectation here to kind of throw you off the path, and with the intention to have you miss what really is meant for you. But my prayer is that that energy won't even make it off of its doorstep, whatever that is. It won't even be able to launch properly and effectively to collide with your world, so that there is little to no confusion. But if in fact it seeps through, it's only on account of still maybe harboring some of those insecurities that kind of give it a little crack in the door to get to push through and present itself, of which you can kindly shut it all the way and wait for this opportunity to knock that you absolutely feel at peace accepting. It's crystal clear what the expectation, what the intentions are, what the offering is, you know, where somebody's feelings are, all of that. There's nothing left for interpretation, you know, and certainly no surprises or hidden terms in what was originally presented after the fact. You know what I mean? The surprise aspect, cool, but you know, like, back to, I don't want to confuse, like, it's cool to be open to being surprised, and for you to expect more than what you had planned for. So say if this is a date and they want to surprise you with the elements, I mean, be secure, you know, do all the things that women need to do to protect themselves. Take a picture of the license plate, text a picture of his face to a friend if you need to, especially if you don't know a person. You can never be too careful like that. But I'm talking about up until this point, this is somebody that's been very clear about their intentions. You know, you can sense their interest in you. They're attentive to how they're speaking and listening to you in your conversations. They're very clear about the time that they would like to take you out, and they show up on time, you know what I mean, or communicate throughout that between that transition of them setting the time and showing up. You know what I mean? There's no ghosting or nothing like that, or people disappearing for days at a time, and you're like, oh, where you been? You shouldn't even have to ask. You know what I mean? Like, no excuses, no concessions for things that make you feel uneasy, or even remotely have you second guessing, like doing that twirl loop-de-loop that the Empress was doing, where you're second guessing your own self. That's usually an indication that there's a cause for pause, or some alarm that's going off in your psyche that you need to be attentive to, when you know it's not coming from within you directly. You know it's not your energy, as I was saying before. This is a projection or reflection of why you may need to be considerate of what's being presented to you, and whether or not it aligns with your new normal, you know, or at least what your standard is at this point. And it's about to go even higher than that. So I pity the fool that tries to come behind this offer with any nonsense, if they dare try. Although I'm feeling like somebody's about to be off the market with somebody coming as hard as this, whether that's the job market or the dating market. It's about to be a serious situation. So all that to say is that nothing could be more confirming than your affirmation to justifiably just relax and receive at this time, because everything that you can conceive of that is yours and that is in alignment with what you desire to experience is definitely on the way. It's on the way. It's on the way. So enjoy yourself, have a good time, stay safe, keep those spidey senses, i.e. your intuition strong. Don't make any concessions for what you feel from an intuitive soul level, but certainly be open to being ushered into a new realm of reality that is going to be quite blissful. It might actually dispel all of those residues and defenses, that you've had to stock up on before because there was a necessity for your own protection and security. This is something that you're moving into in this highest frequency where you can feel safe to just be. That's a beautiful thing. So have a wonderful weekend. Remember, tomorrow is the absolute last day to get in on the Summer Soul Sale. If you're interested, it's in the description box below. I may check in with you tomorrow. I technically still have that day that I could still chill, on my summer vacay for my Saturdays, because the fall equinox is the 22nd. But I'll see how I feel. And you know what that means when I say that. I may see you on Monday, all right? But in any event, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening and watching. Please enjoy yourself this weekend, one way or another, whether you're with company or not. Have a good time. Get some rest. Take it easy. And until next time, as always, I leave you with peace.